Better late than never. I hope I'm pointing this in roughly the right direction. But I want to, I've not got it on the reverse camera because I want to show you something in a minute. But I just thought I'd say hi. I had meant to post a lot sooner than this. I'm losing light again today. This is what keeps happening. Where I think, oh, I'll do it in the morning while the sun is shining, and then one thing after another, and it doesn't end up happening. So, I've loved the course. I'm so sorry I haven't been present, but I've been kind of sticking a rock of dynamite under my butt and my life. And I'm going nomadic, so I thought I'd show you how my journaling had tied in with all that. So I do hope it was roughly pointing at my face. I want to show you, just to get an idea of how big this book is, compare it to my hand. There, it's huge. Let's pan out. So yes, can you see that? That's how big it is. So this one is a recent book I inherited. Huge. Not that thick though, and soft. I really like it, bendy. I'm doing a course called Community Grace, and this is my building community book, and I mean, how perfect is this image? I love it. There's the boat, all of the cushions waiting for my women to gather. It could be on my courses, it could be my mailing list, it can be on social media. Little did I know at the time how relevant it would be that the vessel is the boat, because I'm not going to be staying still. I'm going to be travelling for the next at least year, moving around. So I'll be the container for my women who come in many different colours and sizes, and this is them showing off and dancing, and I love this movement in this image. And these are some of the words I'm still brainstorming and adding to this that I want to myself to feel, or my ladies to feel. And this is a little bit, this ended up being a bit of kind of representing retreats and physical space workshops. And this is the first time I had ever done a bit of colouring around, and I just used, I don't like using my coloured pencils. They don't show up very well. I don't like them. So I just thought, well, let's just use them. So I just did a little bit of stuff around the images. Yeah, my face-to-face stuff. I'm not sure how this is going to show up yet, and my space. So that's one book that has started. Obviously, with me travelling, believe it or not, I am going to bring these gigantic books with me, which might be a bit crazy. So this is one I've had longer. This is a big hardback job. And I wanted to show you this because this is a vision page I did in September 2013. And last week I decided to take off. I live with my mum at the moment. My brother and his soon-to-be wife have moved in. And take a look at this. Goodbye, family. Time to travel. Let there be light. There I am with my little suitcase. Time to travel, to set your spirit free, to stand out. Navigating new circumstances effortlessly. Sharing your voice and your amazing journey with your beautiful, inspiring ladies. Enjoy the changing current, the energy, the view, and the sea breeze. Enjoy everything. And it took me a year to be this brave, but this is happening. This right here is manifesting. And these were a few more visions around the time. This book is for all kinds of things. This is the first ever art journaling I did. It looks like a little child did it. And that's about me being home. Like me and my body is enough. This is my base. I'm home if I'm with me, if you know what I mean. And this was a real loosen up page. And there's a lot of, I've got permission written several times on here. Permission, passion, express yourself, relax, let go, be free. So it's kind of uncanny how I've been foreseeing this, and this has been building inside of me. I suspect my soul was ready a long time ago, and I've only just been brave enough to put it into action. Anywho, so this is what I've been using for our time together. It's a photo album, that's what it's sold as, and this is what the cover is originally, and it's a Does that show? Yeah, it's a canvas textured hard surface. Look at the paint. Got them all over my hands. My other one's more impressive. So that's what it was like originally. It's ring bound, and I put on it my words for this year. 2013 was sparkle. I'm not sure I did. I might have done a little bit, but I think I didn't a lot. And 2014 has been my wild and free. That says dreams do come true in there. And again, I'm not sure how wild and free I've been. I've been wild and free in spirit. Women Who Run with the Wolves has been my book, my Bible for the year. So I've brainstormed all over the vibe of what started for this. What when it came to me, which was November of last year. And really, I'd say I've done the work on the inside, the wild woman work on the inside. I had a goddess reading at the start of the year that said I would do a lot of shadow work this year, and I was like, no. Well, they weren't wrong. And now I'd say it's manifesting on the outside, and I'm being brave, and I'm going wild. I am. That's what I feel like. If you take a look at my wild woman vision board, I'd call it, on Pinterest, it really speaks to everything I'm currently doing now. I'm now streamlining all the mess that's around me. I can't show you. I can't look. That's it. You get a 2-second. Honestly, there's so much. I'm in the middle of junking and giving lots to charity. I am just paring right down, and I'm going to house sit and pet sit for people who go away for 2 and 3 months at a time on holidays, and I will see a lot of the UK, and I hope to spend a lot of time in the country and on the coast. So let me read this little quote to you about when a woman finds her wild woman within. I should have turned this on its side, shouldn't I, to fit more in. Anywho, they will fight and fight hard to keep her, for with her their creative lives blossom, their relationships gain meaning and depth and health, their cycles of sexuality, creativity, work and play are re-established. They are no longer marks for the predations of others. They are entitled equality under the laws of nature to grow and to thrive. And I wrote here, oh, this is really funny. Here's where this is what I'm like. I mix my grandest dreams with the little practicalities. I am allowing my creative expression to come through me like never before, and I can tell there is so much more I can let rip. I dearly wish to find a good printer so that I can sell prints of my work. Aren't I cute? It's interesting. That looks a bit like a leaf, but actually that was meant to be a feather. I drew that. It could have been December, or it might have been January that I did this. The book found me in November. I'm not sure when I was doing this. It's possibly January. And feathers have been coming to me so much, particularly leading up to this decision or this intuition. So I started the year, this is just cardboard for its yummy texture. I started the year on 365 Grateful, so I've written them out, and I must admit it fizzled. I didn't make the whole year. I do a gratitude practice, but it's the actual posting of a photograph every day. That was a homemade stamp here, and this is space for little printouts of my Instagram pictures. So the few pages you see like this, that's just paint, and that had a ribbon on it. I think this was a circle, cardboard that had ribbon around it, and I've used it just to stamp. So these will be having my little Instagram prints. That's what that's for as well. And then most of this is stuff around 365 Grateful. That is an exercise out of one of the life book lessons this year. And some pages I leave to come back in later. If all else fails, I'm going to put pictures in. But sometimes I come back and write in it. And that's what I did only this morning, actually. So this was my wild, bold. That was meant to be a bit like rune symbols. Wild, bold, fierce. And again, I just went a bit crazy with colour. This one, I stuck doilies in and bits. This was plain until this morning. And then this quote was put online. It was shared from the Goddess Circle. And I loved it so much, I just thought, that's going here. So I wrote it in a subtle matching colour, so it kind of isn't too in your face. I am she who grows wild, and from which all grows. I am she who flies free. Hello, like I'm doing. And from which all flies. I am she with a million names written on the pages of time, and a million names written on the walls of your heart. I am she who flows through the earth, and through your soul. I am she, you are she. And so I write that in there. So yeah, that's been blank all this time, and I turned back to it this morning. This was a little random sort of collage vision page section I did recently. Stuck a feather in. Oh, so many have been coming to me. I've got a whole tin of them. I've had some really, really spooky moments with feathers. I did leap and the net will appear just because it's one of my favourite quotes, but this was perhaps just 2 weeks ago. And a week and a half ago, I'd say I fully committed to what I'm about to do. And I just looked back on this morning and thought, ha! There it was. It was directly for you, Ange. This probably won't show up too well. I'm really losing light. This is the Yummy. It's a type of texture paste. And it really looks like a kind of distressed plaster. I love the effect. It's very rough, though. I should probably seal it a bit more. I became a unique presenter, and this was launch week, and I just wrote while the energy was flowing, belief flow. I felt pumped and I was doing it. So I have myself a passive income stream. I just kind of naturally assumed that would come from my coaching business. I made that assumption. It's so easily done to have a limiting belief when you haven't even realised that's what you've done. But I hadn't really considered that my passive income stream would come from somewhere else. Bam! I find myself with it. Natural cosmetics, and that it's just everything about the company and the products were in alignment with my values. I just, of course, never considered that anything like that would happen. You are an incredible woman. I basically really didn't know what to put on this background. I had a textured background with different colours, and I wasn't going to be able to write very easily on it or stick things on because of this texture. So this is something I think that we don't tend to say to one another, and we're complimenting one another, and we certainly don't say to ourselves. So that can be that sort of moment where maybe I'm not feeling it, that I turn back to this page. So it's my love of texture showing up. Again, those stayed blank until I knew what I wanted to do with them. This was done, I think I did this one yesterday and that one today. So this one is, I collaged initially. I had this letter paper I'd written on and ripped up, and instead of putting in the bin, I stuck it down with gel medium, and that's in the background. And then I have my watercolour pencils. I used the purple one on top of a bit of, I scraped a little bit of gesso on. You can see the gesso. I can't even focus because it's gone so dark. Now what these bits are, I haven't got all the support in the world for what I'm about to do. So, but what I believe my new lifestyle is going to do is enable me to fully express myself more than ever. So I've got ease in there, but the others are more reminders for me to come back to. This is what I do when I go places. I love fiercely and fearlessly. I'm bold in it. I'm not afraid of vulnerability. I can freak people out and people get worried for me on my behalf. But that's me. I also shine brightly when in an environment in which I thrive. And so I'm saying them in present tense so that when I don't feel like I am, or when I feel like I'm going to hold back, these are to remind me. Again, I have a brave heart. It's the fact that I am going to do what I'm about to do. I'm committed, even if a few people aren't on board with it. And that wherever I go, I tend to make people smile, laugh, and I bring certain things. So this is my summary. For me, this is my why. This is for me to come back to, my why in doing what I'm going to do. The things that are easy for me to remember are that in my new lifestyle, I will be in lots of different environments, and I work really well when I'm put into a new space. So I will write, I will create products, ebooks, e-courses. They're going to pour out of me like at twice the speed to what they have been. I know that part of it. I'll also be pet sitting, which means I won't feel so alone. I'll have animals around me all the time. That really works for me. These are the more subtle things that when I see myself through other people's eyes, I can forget. So this is my reminder. This is the page I come to. And then this, I didn't really have an intention with, but I grabbed the first one, and this is what Heather has really, really helped me with, is I would wait for things to be perfect. I would, if I wasn't in the mood to get messy, I wouldn't get my paints out, so I wouldn't begin. If I did some vision page or just collage, whatever you want to call it, cutting out of magazines, I would tend to fill a whole page. Well, the message can get lost in that, and Heather's taught me good enough is good enough. Do 5 minutes. You can keep it simple. I filled the rest of these bits in with a bit of colour because I knew I'd be diluting the messages that are here, and this is all I want on this page. And it speaks to, these 2 pages complement one another, and they speak to this choice. Mission accomplished, putting myself in a new space, being re-energized, being able to be who I want to be, you know, sort of, who knows? When you pick me up and put me somewhere unfamiliar, who am I going to be? How am I going to respond to that? I've come to a decision that will help me find that out. Discover the world's most extraordinary places in 2014 and 2015. At the moment, I'm keeping it to the UK, but my house sitting may well end up taking me abroad. Let there be light. Again, I feel like I learned that my name meant bringer of light. Angela means bringer of light or giver of light. And that resonated so much with me as a kid. I've never really let go of that. Let there be light. You weren't born to hide away in the shadows. Visible. Freaks me out, of course. However, that's what I'm challenging. That's what I'm being brave on right now. And we have a couple of pages already ready for whatever. Writing, drawing, and some blank sticking. So there's a few pages I wanted to share with you. Again, I hope I'm pointing in roughly the right direction. It's really dark, but I'm hoping my camera usually makes things look lighter, so I'm hoping you're seeing me. It's lovely being with you, ladies. Good luck on whatever you do next. I probably won't be online too much from about a month onwards, when I'm who knows where. I'll touch base every once in a while. Bye. Thanks so much, Heather. Thank you so much. Bye.